So it's obvious that Brink is under the influence of the life crystals. So we got to be careful. Got to be careful. We're going to take a few because we're going to need them for later on in the game. But we're going to go back one more spot. I don't know how this will work with Brink, but I missed a location that I wanted to go earlier. We're going to go up and travel through the museum spire again. So now we got Brink walking with us. Obviously, he's got some kind of issues since he's been brought back from the dead. And what I didn't do earlier is come over here. And we're going to go inside this door and see an old friend.
Brink, I still can't believe you're alive again after all.
I feel so good right now. I can hardly believe I was ever sick, or tired, or sad, let alone dead. These life crystals are the most important discovery ever made by anyone. We have to find more of them. I can't think of anything more important than that.
Well, maybe it's just a little bit important to try to find a way home to Earth. What are the crystals worth if we can't get home to share them with everybody else?
What are they worth? Are you crazy?
Please, go somewhere else to have a philosophical argument. When you find a way home, Boston, then we can decide what we need to bring with us. I'm hoping what I can bring is a key to the language used in this library. I have a feeling that the life crystal is only a small part of what we'll learn here. Now please, boys, go away.
It is hard to resist such a charming invitation.
Do you want us to call you for supper, Maggie?
Keep me posted on what you find. We are all in this together.
We are all in this together, but separate. I do love the dynamic between them all, though. So, let's take a look at this museum display over here. No idea what these mean.
Could this be some sort of burial chamber?
Okay. So now we're going to move on down here. We're going to go down to the waterfront for one of the more famous puzzles in this game. This game didn't have many memorable puzzles, but this one was definitely one of them. And if you don't pay attention, it actually can be a little bit difficult to solve, although in retrospect, it's embarrassingly easy to solve.
Plenty of water here. If it's drinkable, then we won't die right away. We'll have plenty of time to starve to death.
That thing doesn't look too friendly.
Gross. Hey, Brink, do you think... Brink? Brink? Where are you? Brink, answer me.
Brink, can you hear me? Where are you?
Maggie, Brink's run off. He wasn't acting very rational when we found a big supply of life crystals. I'm afraid maybe those things are addictive, or they altered his personality or something. A ghost tried to warn us, but Brink was feeling too cocky to listen to good advice.
Just when this place starts looking benign, it finds new ways to be dangerous.
Anyway, I'm going on without him. I can't think of anything else to do.
I'll try to contact him now and then, see if he's willing to talk.
Thanks, Maggie.
I'm beginning to take this personally. Nobody wants to stay with me. Maybe it's my deodorant. I think it failed somewhere back there on Attila.
The loose bones. The turtle. This is the turtle puzzle. And you do it by clicking the bones and rotating them. And the point is to reassemble said turtle. But one of the reasons that this particular puzzle is kind of notorious is how it goes together. It can be put together wrong. So back on the Attila, we had the one puzzle with the in the central pedestal, and it wasn't difficult at all. Let's be real. This one's a little different. You can actually put it together backwards. And if you do put it together backwards, nothing happens. And so, as you can see right here, I have put this puzzle together completely backwards. This was a huge problem for me the first time I played this game, because it will let you put it together wrong. But we know how to put it together the right way. So now it has turned from loose bones to a dead creature. What do we do with dead creatures on Cocytus? We bring them back to life. Uh-oh.
Gross. I'm pretty sure he's still hungry.
So, in essence, we could sit here and do this all day. We're not going to do this all day, but I wanted to show you that this is one of the more challenging puzzles for the game, because if you don't do the sequence correctly, you will be doing it over and over and over again. Oh. So I forgot something. That's why this isn't working. And this is how we play the dig. We're going to backtrack real quick. Not far. Back to the crystalline room. As I said before when I started playing, that was one of the challenges of these games, is constant backtracking. You forget one little thing. And what I forgot was the canister here. I'm going to take some more crystals, because we never know when we're going to need to reanimate the dead. And we're going to head back out to the water. So we've got the dead creature ready to go. A perfect playthrough of the dig would be no fun, because it's really not the dig experience. The whole dig experience is going back and forth on this planet, trying to figure out how to get out of there. So now we're going to use this canister on the bones. Oh, it says loose bones. Maybe it's not ready. Oh, we got them backwards here. There we go. So now we're going to use this with the dead creature.
You just need a little something to make you complete, my friend. Maybe this will give you indigestion.
Indigestion. So there's a reason for all this. So let's take a look and see what happens when we reanimate the turtle this time.
That canister sure packs a punch.
So we now know that the wands are not grenades, but that was.
Now that the water's safe for swimming, I think it's time to see what's in that underwater cave.
Time to take a dip. All right, and welcome to the underwater cave. Part of our next adventure here on Cosidus. We're going to pick up the orange rod this time.
Another engraving.
At this point, he doesn't have much to say about them. So we have the yellow, purple, red, and the orange one. So we're close to having all of the rods to be able to open the doors in the Nexus. We're going to take the plate.
Looks like one of the control plates we found on Attila.
Yep. And if you haven't figured out at this point in the dig, if you find a plate, take the plate. You never know when you're going to need the plate.
Nice view.
So that's all there is to do in the underwater cave. So you do the turtle puzzle in order to get inside the cave to get the rod and the plate. Once you have those two items, then we are going to leave the cave and head back up to the main area. We're going to head through the tram system and head back to the Nexus. I wonder where Brink is. Almost expect him to be hanging out in the life crystal pod there. We are back at the Nexus, continuing on. So we got 3 greens and a red. Cube, diamond. And remember, once we get the correct combination, it should open automatically. There we go. Another open doorway. No commentary this time. I think Boston's starting to figure out the point here. And we're going to call the tram, and we're going to be heading to what's called the planetarium spire from here. I wondered if he was spinning around in there or what it's like. But it's a trippy experience to roll in a hamster ball like that. So this is an interesting part of the game. You can see Boston coming here, and there's kind of a timing puzzle coming up. So we can't get across. There's no bridge, but we're going to walk over here, and at the right time, when the wave comes up, we're going to rumble. So we got to wait for the rumble. Oh no! If you miss it, he ends up in the water.
That should be an Olympic event. I know I'd get at least the bronze.
So what we do is we're going to move up here and waiting for a rumble. And this is a key, like, really it's best with headphones, but there's a rumble. And here it comes. Boston. Oh. There we go. Nicely done, Commander Lowe.
First time I ever did the wave all by myself.
So we're going to, we're going to connect a new light bridge.
That should have turned on another light bridge.
Oh, no.
And it didn't. Bummer. I guess when you abandon machinery long enough, it's going to get out of adjustment. Just needs a little adjustment.
Just a little bit of adjustment. Now we're going to try. And the second light bridge is established.
The way things have been going, I can pretty much bet that whatever that little beast just stole, I'm gonna want it really badly in a minute or two. The last time I was small enough to get into a cave that size, I was 4 years old. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Scavengers have picked these ribs clean, but the animal can't have been dead very long because the rib cage is still holding together.
Never know when you're going to need a spare rib cage. Ah, there it is. So there's a rod and a pole that we need.
A thin metal plate with a button on it. A short metal dowel. That's a nice fit.
Okay. We're building a machine, in case you hadn't noticed. There's many things in LucasArts. It's got to be done exactly.
If only I had some bait for this trap, but I'll just have to play sheepdog.
We're going to scare it out.
There's something moving in here.
Scared it away.
A lot of useless junk collected by that little thief. A lot of useless junk collected by that little thief. The last time I was small enough to get into a cave that size, I was 4 years old. There's something moving in here.
So scare him away one more time. And what I'm trying to do...
A lot of useless junk collected by that little thief.
So the game will reset here in a second to let us try again. And I think...
A lot of useless junk collected by that little thief. There's something moving in here.
He's supposed to run to the right, but he runs to the left, which is odd. Just a little bit. So we're going to do this. Walk around. And we're going to scare him into the trap. Get in the trap, buddy. There we go.
Now I've got you. If I let you out, you'll head for the place where you hide nice shiny machinery parts. The only trouble is, how am I gonna follow you?
So we're going to take the rod.
A thin metal rod.
And we're going to use it with the panel.
It won't accomplish anything.
And it won't accomplish anything. But remember what we got when we first arrived down in the down near the graves? This shiny bracelet. So now we have shiny bracelet. And we're going to let that critter loose so that he can lead us.
Sorry, friend, but your little house is about to get a big front door.
We need the materials.
That looks big enough to squeeze through.
Not sure why he couldn't have done that to begin with. I mean, sure, the little critter was there and stealing machine parts, but then, you know, it's like he had to do that first before he could use the shovel to widen the, I don't know. It's the dig.
It's indicating to the left of me.
So what that is a tracker. That is the device that tracks the bracelet. So now we're going to try to let the critter out so that he can run away and lead us to his machinery parts.
Go, little creature. Roam free, wherever your thieving little heart desires.
Then we're going to go back into the cave and use the device again to see if we can find where he's at.
It's got to be right under here. This is where the tracker's pointing.
So use the shovel.
What if I hadn't brought this shovel along? No, that's not worth thinking about.
Thank you, Cora, for remembering to pack the shovel inside the
Critter
pig.
sure didn't like that. He took off down one of his tunnels. Now maybe I can get the door open.
All that so that we can get the door open and we can continue on into the planetarium spire. So we built a trap, captured an animal, retrieved the machine part. Now we can use that with the
Now
panel.
with any luck, this will work. Shut tight and solid. It's missing a part. Now let's get this thing closed up and see if it works. Open sesame.
Nice. Okay. So, we have the green rod, which I believe, and I might be wrong, but I believe that's the last of the rods.
Another one of these engraved sticks.
So, this is the planetarium. And it's a pretty neat little room, and we're going to explore it real quick. So, we're going to take the twin scepters.
The scepter seems to have an electrical charge.
And we're going to take... Oh, not the button. We're going to take the plate. Again. And these are really the plates, or at least shaped much like the plates from Attila. So... we're going to take the gold scepter, and we're going to point it up to the light here.
It's the ceiling of the dome.
So we didn't do it correctly. If we do it correctly, the door should close. So we're going to try it again.
No! Why is that door closing? He didn't steal that part again, did he? I'm trapped in here?
No, you're not.
Ha! Controls still work on this side.
So we are done with the planetarium spire. The key with the planetarium spire is to use the planetarium to activate, for one, we got to activate the light bridge. So we want to make sure that the bridge is active, but we also are looking for lunar alignment. I'll go ahead and take the blue rod. We're going to walk across the light bridge over to the museum spire. Much more efficient than using the tram system, that's for sure. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the tram system to go back to the Nexus again. The way that the tram car disappears and has to be called, depending on where you're at, makes me think there's only one of them, which really would be an inefficient mode of travel for a large group of people. So it makes me think that whoever was here in this, this is almost like a temple, and whoever was here in this temple, city, whatever, there weren't many of them. We are back at the Nexus once more. We're going to walk into this dark tunnel. I always loved this cutscene as a kid. Creepy blue alien plants. It's a room made entirely of crystals. Or glass. But just this whole planet is like one giant work of natural art. It's exceptional.